February 2013, I was talking to Zagan and we were discussing the possibility of playing together again, which we hadn't done for about 10 years or so.
We decided to rehearse again together and play some old songs, play some of the newer songs that we both really liked, together with a long backing track which featured the drums and the keyboards.
Yeah, and we were playing a lot of the old songs that we both liked, and one thing led to another, and we decided to record a couple of them just for fun, and it turned out pretty well, so we decided to release them.
All of a sudden, totally out of the blue, Jörg Schröder of Volta Records contacted us through, I guess, mail or Facebook with an offer to play on Under the Black Sun 2014 edition.
Which kind of took us by surprise, because that wasn't really something we were expecting, and we weren't really planning to start playing live again. But when Jörg asked that question, we discussed it and we thought, well, why not? The problem obviously was that we didn't really have a full lineup needed to play live.
We didn't have much time. I guess we found a drummer in February 2014, our keyboard player in April 2014, and Under Black Sun was, I guess, July. Beyond the forest, medieval warlord, and 3 days of spring, master of thrill tactics, and ruler of the estates, heir of great Woyan, Lord the Dragon. So we were booked for Under the Black Sun, and also for Veneration of the Dead. So we wanted to have some experience with the new lineup before playing there. So a couple of days before Veneration of the Dead, we played in a small pub in Leiden. A very small place. I think it can only hold like 40 or 50 people.
And it wasn't really advertised, so it was, most of the people who were there were invited. And it was kind of a weird feeling to be on stage again after such a long time, but it was cool. And it went pretty well, so it was a good preparation for Veneration.
It felt really good playing on Veneration. It was hallowed ground, basically. Baruch. I think we played in Baruch 2 or 3 times in the 90s in our hometown of Rotterdam. So it's a home game, basically.
And it was cool to play there again. And it was pretty weird. It was like nothing had changed in 17 years.
It's hard. It really is. If we play for 45 minutes, so you can play roughly 10 songs, it's really difficult. It's really difficult. There are some songs that we will probably always play. I don't think anyone can imagine seeing Countess without hearing Blood in the Snail, for instance.
Well, we had been rehearsing quite a few songs when it was just the 2 of us playing together. I think 20 or 25 songs. And well, we just picked a lot of those songs to play live, and which is also why we needed a keyboard player, because there were quite a few songs among the songs that we wanted to play live that we really couldn't play without keyboards live.
The addition of a keyboard player was important because it just opened up opportunities. Usually we play Hymn to the Gods of Yore, for instance, live. We play Hymn to the Gods of Yore as an opener live. It just doesn't sound right without keyboards, and the same goes for a lot of other tracks.
In the past, back in the 90s, when we played live, we sometimes played live. We played songs that were written with keyboard parts, and when we had two guitarists, we tried playing them live with one of the guitarists playing the keyboard parts, but that just never sounded right. And this time we thought, well, if we're going to do this, we want keyboards, because the songs were written with keyboard parts, and it makes a big difference. Because, for example, a song like Aleidis, it never really sounded right back when we played it in the 90s, because we played it without keyboards. And now we played with the keyboard parts live, and now it sounds live the way it was supposed to sound like.
In the end, we just picked the songs that we like best and that are, well, doable live, basically. Under the Black Sun is just a very special festival. It's been around for quite some time. The venue is just very special out in the woods.
It was a very special atmosphere. I mean, it's in the woods.
The big stage between the trees in a forest just outside Berlin.
And there were a lot of people there who'd come specifically to see us, and they really enjoyed the show, so that was cool.
Yeah, it was a last minute thing playing in Denmark, because Megiddo had to cancel their gig there and had to cancel their entire European tour. Yeah.
So the Metal Magic people sent us a message, hey, Megiddo can't play, do you guys want to take their place this year?
Great festival, very, very diverse. Lots of great bands from all kinds of genres. Really nice atmosphere.
Really cool festival with a lot of great bands. And excellent organization, and we played a good show there.
One of the better shows we did, I guess. It went really well. We had a great time there, watching the other bands, meeting people, meeting fans that had, again, traveled for God knows how long to see us. Again, very special.
Below the light,
out with the Barbarian Wrath and Witches Brew people, and with Foreteller of Doom of Ready Money at Headbangers Open Air and Keep It True. And we always used to talk about we should have a Barbarian Wrath and Witches Brew festival, and County should play there, and Ready Money should play there. And of course we all thought at the time that that was just fantasy and that it would never happen, but it did eventually happen, and we played there and Ready Money played there. And well, it was really cool that it finally happened after all these years.
Yeah, great idea. In Augsburg, nice little city. We had a great time meeting the guys of Ready Money.
Nice small club with a really enthusiastic audience, and we played a really long set.
One more! And I have a question for you guys.
Yeah.
Do you like rock and roll? How's rock and roll?
Small venue, but it was crowded. It was fun. It was really enthusiastic. We had a great time there.
Helsinki was total madness.
Amazing venue. And the crowd was just crazy. Just a crazy crowd.
Great for me, Helsinki!
There were lots of people and they were really into the music, and everybody was rather drunk.
Completely enthusiastic. We had a great reception there. I never felt better on the stage, basically.
The atmosphere was amazing. There were so many bands, so many people. Really an amazing festival, and it was an honor and a pleasure to play at Black Flames of Blasphemy.
We met people, Russians who had traveled from Moscow to see us, from Poland, from Sweden, everywhere, basically. There were even Americans. Yeah, we had a great time. We drank a lot.
It's hard to pick a single moment as the most memorable moment of 2014. In general, just playing live again was one big highlight, actually, because it's something that for a very long time I thought it would never happen again.
Just to be out there again, and to play nice festivals, great festivals. That to me was the highlight. Getting a band back together again.
There's was like a whole new generation of fans who had never seen us live back in the 90s, and who had never had the opportunity to see us live. and who thought they would never have the opportunity to see us live. So they were very enthusiastic that they could finally see Countess live, which was something that they thought would never happen.
No one had really anticipated that. Not the fans, not us, not anyone actually.
We played several countries, lots of great festivals, and all these festivals were highlights in their own way. Veneration was a highlight because it was our first real show in such a long time.
Fucking rock and roll!
Under the Black Sun was a highlight because of the great atmosphere, playing an open air festival in the woods.
There were people from England, Poland, Italy, who traveled that far just to see us. That's special.
You've been great under the Black Sun, but our time is up, so we gotta go. Enjoy the rest of the bands. Have a beer. And big
Metal Magic was a highlight because we'd never been in Denmark before. This is Rough was obviously a highlight because of the history behind it. If I had to pick one as the ultimate highlight, it would probably be Black Flames of Blasphemy.
cheers! Good night!
Really, 2014 was going from highlight to highlight for us. Being back after so many years, playing live again. Great.